What's it going to take? What's it going to take? Your creativity, my creativity, everybody else's creativity. Working together as a planet. Nation with nation with nation with nation. We're the first generation since COVID. What we do today will affect the next 7 generations. What we decide not to do will affect the next 7 generations. We get to make a choice. We need to bring our creativity together. And we need to work together. Unplugged because we will always say yes to creativity. Totally Uncut because we all make mistakes. So turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. How do you react to it? Sudden change. All of a sudden, you're going down a different path. It's like, I didn't know this was even available. I remember creating with Andrew Ashwood. He was my general manager and program director of 95WQ right here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Andrew Ashwood was deeply bothered by my actions and reactions when there was sudden change. And he took me aside one day and he said, here's the situation, buddy. You're in the radio business. If you don't get used to sudden change and new things that come from out of nowhere, you got to get the hell out of here. Because I don't need you on my team if you're going to freak out every time there's sudden change. We're doing this today. But I planned for that. No. You're doing this today. I think that's one of the reasons why I became a daily writer in July of 1994, because I had to learn how to deal with sudden change. There were so many changes going on in my life. I was 32 years old, and at 32 years old, you're going through changes. Because you're no longer that teenager, and you're no longer that crazy-ass little 20-year-old that's running around like you, that you own the world. No. You are now 32, and look at all this change. And we lived in a world where the change was going crazy, and look at the world today. Every day, it's none of this is ever the same day twice. None of it. Hey, it's Arroe. This is The Daily Mess, a chronological walk through an everyday world. I am a daily writer, not a journalist. I do write in a journal. I don't think that qualifies me as being a journalist. Living in the presence of now, being present right now. That's how I deal with instant change. Something instantly comes at me. It's like, oh, okay, we're living in the now. This is how we're going to change right now. And you learn to grow with it. And you learn to live with it. And you learn to share it and teach it. This is The Daily Mess. Instantly, poof, just like that. My wife had a day off. Instantly, poof. My mind was having a difficult time this morning digesting this. Because I got rituals. I got things that I do. Everything's got to be in place. She's not teaching today. And the thing is that during this day, I mean, it's like, I love it that she's finally got a day off. And I want to be a part of it. But I got rituals. I do things every day. I'm a creature of habit. Your mind, my mind, our creative spirit, they don't sit so well in places where the excitement of having air in your lungs has been stolen. Sure, I had 3 interviews today. I can't wait to talk to each and every one of them. I love it. I've had a very productive week. You've had a productive week. Everything's been going along really well, smooth as all can be, and then poof, something instantly changes. Everything that you dreamed is now sitting over there in a box, and it's going, bye, see you later. We'll try it again some other time. Of course, I'm always going to complain. That's just who I am. It's what I've always been. And the thing is that I don't like to try to be perfect. I can't do it. I did that back in my teens and 20s, trying to be Mr. Perfect Man. Our lives are a series of habits. When something is abnormal, the system of choices become the bigger picture. Suddenly, all of a sudden, all of that discipline that we have to perform and to try to keep ourselves focused finds no reason to enter the door. So how do you teach the creative mind to be available for blessings in a very hard, task-filled way? Yeah, we all dream big. I'm with you all the time. I'm on the front line. I'm right there with you. I hear your dreams. I listen to your phone conversations. I read your emails. I'm even on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram with you. I see it. I experience it. It's very hard to keep a dream intact these days. which is the reason why when it comes to personal goals, you got to keep them open. You just got to. I feel so loose so many times because the perfectionist in me is going, you got to be a realist, man. Don't even think about being this perfectionist. You got to be a realist first. And you got to realize that as long as you're moving, fate can't take over. Because you know what happens when fate takes over? That means you've been sitting around waiting for something to happen. Sitting around. Well, what have you been doing? Well, you've been sitting around. There's a lot to this day. We can do something in this day. Participate with this day. Activate this day. You got it, and you've got it made. How are you going to make it through this change? Look at yourself in the mirror. Look at those eyes. Yeah. A little tired, but you got the fire. You got the love. You got the ambition, the ability. Activate it. Put yourself out there and make this a winning day. I'm Arroe, and that's a Daily Mess.